Welcome back to Mela Africa YouTube channel. All right, so today we're going to look at the growing Chinese influence and presence in Africa, particularly Tanzania. Obviously, over the last 2 to 3 decades, we've seen the growth of Chinese projects and presence in Africa, from the infrastructure projects to aid assistance to most of the African countries, and obviously the loan, granting of loan by the Chinese government. This has made presence of Chinese business in Tanzania growing tremendously, and obviously the trading and sourcing of goods from China to Africa. It's like the African factory is now in China. All right, so let's check this out. Look at this. This used to be Kebi's hotel around Mwenge ITV, but now is a Chinese hotel called Jinke Hotel and fully fledged serving Chinese. All right. And here is another hotel. This is used to be Regent's Hotel in Mekocheni, and now it's a Fashion International Hotel, operated by the Chinese. I'm not sure if it's owned by the Chinese, but it's certainly operated by the Chinese. See a lot of sign here: Utai Clinic, massage, and I think many other Chinese business. Yeah, KTV and so forth. And I mean, this is just one of many hotels that are fully Chinese hotel with Chinese characters and billboard, which obviously for I think the target here is Chinese people, because the Tanzanians or local or non-Chinese would not understand what this means, you know. And yeah, so this shows there are so many Chinese, because I've seen a handful of Chinese hotel in town right now operating. All right, so let's see what's going on. So now if you walk in the street of Dar es Salaam, you see a lot of Chinese establishment like this one. It's a mixed use complex where you have restaurant, hotels, and supermarket. And there are so many of these, right? Like a mini Chinatown in the street. You find a lot. Here is another one written in Chinese character. I believe it's a restaurant. Again, it's targeting Chinese. That's why there's no English or Swahili. Yeah. If you go further down, you see another one. This is Hotel Ju Chuan Hotel. And you go further along, you see another establishment here. This one look like a series of shops or supermarkets, and many more. And I mean, this is happening all over Dar es Salaam and even up country, but mostly in Dar es Salaam. So yeah, again, it's happening. I've seen a lot of discussion on the social media about the influx of Chinese in Dar. And so now, if you walk around Dar es Salaam, so many areas like this with many Chinese establishment. Okay, so let's move along and see a number of Chinese establishment, from hotels, restaurants, and many more in the city. Okay. Well, do you remember Mayfair Plaza back in the days before Mlimani City? It was one of the biggest mall and popping mall in Tanzania. Well, now it is more of a Chinese shopping center or shopping complex with different types of Chinese owned shops. All right, let's check this out. So it's no longer local shops. A variety of Chinese shops. See this one? All written in Chinese. Here you have, I think, a restaurant. Yeah. Yeah, he's here right now. See Chinese. Still have a little local, like it's Beauty Point. And here, Queen Over Buyer. Yeah, so you still have a little that are local, but mostly it's now Chinese. It's Hotmax Supermarket. Everything in Chinese. Yeah. Everything. Here is the Hotmax.
Here is I don't know. Okay, here's a China restaurant. See that? Oh, Chinese barber shop right there. Restaurant. Yo Hoi Furniture Store. This is also Chinese. This is an electronic shop, which is also Chinese. Here is a Vietnam restaurant. Yeah. Yeah. So basically, this place is now fully Chinese. You still have a little local like this Picha Bora, Mon Petit. Yeah, even this forklift here is Chinese. There's another restaurant. And there's a genset company. So a lot of machinery, a lot of equipment which are Chinese. This is it's all written in Chinese, so you don't know. Look like a vaping company. Yeah. Okay. All these billboards, they are all owned by Chinese. So it's a good positivity to the city and this area because it was dull and quiet. You know, see all those billboards. It's Chinese now. Yeah. Oh, you even have these Chinese electric scooters. Yeah. All right. Gensets. This is the former Mayfair Plaza. Palm Village, one of the biggest malls around. And I think one of the Chinese hubs or centers in Dar at the moment, as they have a lot of Chinese restaurants close by. WZW restaurant. Yeah. The casino. Yes, yeah, I have the seafood. Not sure whether this is Chinese or not. I have this seafood here. You have this pie cake. So here you have Lanzhou, Chinese Lanzhou beef noodles. Alright, Chinese beef noodles is halal. And here you have another, this one I don't know what it is. What is it? It's written in Chinese character. Another one here, Chinese character. Can't tell. This is the Lanzhou beef noodles. There's a Holy Land restaurant. Wow, look at this. We even have a Chinese dry cleaning collection point. Chinese dry cleaning and collection point. Here is a Holy Land supermarket. That is also Chinese. I think this property, Palm Village, is Chinese owned. So that's why you have a lot of Chinese establishment or business. Long Quan Tan Hua. I think this Chinese temple. Long Quan Hua. Bana vipi? Hii restaurant yao? ya Wachina. Ah, Longkongqua Temple. Chinese temple here. Yani kama wana swali fulani hivi. Ah, yes, this is like a Chinese praying area or Chinese temple, Chinese religion inside there. Okay, so this is a little bit of Chinese establishment. And here. Yeah, so this is Guangdong Hotel around Kinondoni behind Leaders Club. Yeah, it's one of many Chinese established the hotel and business in Dar es Salaam, written in full Chinese character, nothing in English or Kiswahili, meaning that the intended market or target here are Chinese people. Yeah, so this is Guangdong Hotel, right? This hotel has someone has published it on social media complaining that he was told by security that non-Chinese people are not welcomed in these hotels, only for Chinese people. But I think they I've seen since the hotel has issued a public notice say, well, they are not discriminating, everyone is welcome. But I mean, judging by how it looks, clearly the target market is Chinese. And here there's this Xiaoman Chaosham Mall as well in the same area. Or the Chinese takeover of Africa is part of the modern Silk Road initiative or bold Belt and Road initiatives by China, which was launched in 2013 as part of its global development strategy, which obviously aims to improve trade and infrastructure across Asia, Africa, and Europe. And as part of these Belt and Road initiatives, China has heavily invested in infrastructure projects like railway, highways, ports, and energy pipeline. All right, and in Africa, East Africa is one of the key area for the Belt and Road initiatives, and obviously Tanzania is one of the like strategic area for China. There's a concept called near Asia. So if you want to, as you know, China is very it's like a global industry or global manufacturing, and so it needs a lot of raw materials such as minerals, copper from Zambia and DRC. And so one of the strategy is to use the port in Tanzania. So there's an ongoing discussion of Bagamoyo port, which is a port just north of Dar es Salaam, where the China was to invest. And recently, the Chinese company or China government has taken over the Tanzania Zambia railway line, which is 1,800-kilometer railway line owned by Tanzania and Zambia, which runs from Dar es Salaam to Kapirimposhi in Zambia. So the Chinese have taken this for 27 years. They've taken this over. And so definitely, again, if you look in other countries like many African countries, obviously the Chinese government has invested heavily on markets. Like we have the East African Commercial Logistics Center here in Dar es Salaam, which has been built by Chinese and will be starting operating soon. We have this free economic zone or industrial parks, like the Lekki Industrial Park in Nigeria. We also have one here in Dar es Salaam. All of these, heavily invested by Chinese, with the same goal of enhancing its market and part of the global takeover. All right, more Chinese business. This is Tian Tian Restaurant. Another center here for Chinese business in Oyster Bay. I think it's a mixed use with restaurant and a bunch of business. Again, if you're not Chinese, you can't know what it means as it is targeted to the Chinese. Same as this one in Oyster Bay, right? Yeah, so there are so many of these popping up every now and then. A lot of
vacant places are taken over by the Chinese. Obviously, they have capital here. You have Peninsula Supermarket, and inside here you have a bunch of Chinese business, as usual, written in Chinese. So if you're not the target, you won't know what's going on. Yes, Chinese restaurant inside Dream Glory Homes. Yeah, this is called Dream Glory Residence. Zombie Road. Hmm? So here's another Chinese area. Lanzhou beef noodles. See this Lanzhou beef noodles. Seen this everywhere. And inside is called Morocco Spa. Oh, this is. Hey, control some Chinese restaurants. Lanzhou beef noodles. This is not Chinese, guess Lebanese or Breast Cafe. Abis Point, Beirut. So I think this is Lebanese. Hawa Beirut. Chinatown here. Chinatown. So I have a lot of Chinese business. Chinatown. Where you have Pick and Pay supermarket. So this is and everything. Chinatown, Kaunda Drive. The other side is a lot of Lebanese restaurants. More and more Chinese business around. Yeah, so this is a pharmacy, which is Chinese owned or operated. And here is a Shoppers supermarket, which used to be very popular with the local businesses, but right now Chinese business have also filled up a lot of spaces, especially in the first floor of the Shoppers supermarket, where you have a number of, like, this one is a Lanzhou beef noodles, a Chinese restaurant. This space I remember used to be a local restaurant. I can't remember the name, but now it's a Chinese restaurant. Anyway, I guess it's good for the property owner because most of this space were actually empty. A lot of local business experience challenge, economic challenge. Here's another company, a Chinese company, Jiangxi Mining. And another one here, yeah, and another one, and another one. So, well, as local business are experiencing economic difficult, Chinese they have capital and are filling up the space. So win-win. All right. So what is your take of these? Obviously, as US is pulling out of Africa, China is here to stay. And for some context, China and Tanzania have been friends or friendship countries for many years, from the days of Urafiki or Friendship Factory that was jointly owned by China and Tanzania, and so many other infrastructure assistance that China gave to Tanzania over the years. All right. And so I guess it's that time, of giving back the favor to China. But obviously, with free movement of people and capital globally in the capitalism world, people are free to move and capital flows from different parts of the world. And so the Chinese are in their rights to invest in Tanzania. But I guess what needs to be done is to have some sort of control to protect local jobs and local business, so that the investors from China can focus on big tickets and leave their small business to the locals. What is your take on this?